How pretty privilege is keeping you single and your relationships distressed. Now this video today is something similar to what I created a few months ago, and what I've been doing is removing a lot of older videos, if you've noticed, only because I want to make sure that I really give a fuller, more expanded understanding of what I mean. And so we did a video, Why Pretty Girls Lose in the Game of Love, and Coach Magdalena did another video really encapsulating why pretty girls lose in the game of love. I'm going to be building on this, especially in this season, especially as I deal with a lot of you black swans who are just exquisite to look at, and you are beautiful women, and why sometimes without us being aware that we are actually operating in pretty privilege. Let's talk about that right after this. Hello and welcome back. My name is Chengi. I am your dating and relationship expert here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy, where my coaches and I teach you ladies how to present as a high value, high status, and high worth woman that high quality men find completely irresistible. If that is you, you are absolutely on the right channel. And if you really want to be a high status woman from deep within, you're definitely on the right channel, because we don't do any fluff here. We talk about real things in real time. Okay, so let's explore this idea of pretty privilege that all of us have an issue with. Now, I'm not going to take time to define what I mean by pretty. If you identify as a beautiful woman, then I am talking to you. If you identify as a pretty woman, then I am talking to you. And if you don't identify as a beautiful woman, then we have some work to do. Because no matter how you look, you are somebody's beauty. Someplace, somewhere, you are somebody's beauty. And so I'm going to assume I'm talking about all of us. Okay, let us move forward. What we were taught as women, especially those of us who identify as pretty, is very much we grew up looking at the world, and the world gave us natural open doors. The world loves the attractive, the beautiful, the shiny. And so many beautiful women were raised with a sense of natural entitlement. Doors are naturally opened for the attractive woman, for the beautiful woman, for the pretty woman. Opportunities avail themselves to the beautiful, and most people really can't help themselves that the beautiful people are haloed. They are looked upon as honest people, good people, accomplished people. We understand this as a psychological phenomenon, the halo effect. And so if you were the cute little girl, or the pretty prom queen, or the beautiful black swan that you are accustomed to doors being opened for you, things being done for you. Sadly, a lot of masculine men are programmed to chase using their eyes. And men can't help it, but they tend to really melt at the sight of a beautiful woman. And so as a lot of us were growing up in the world, and men were observing us grow, the little teenage boys would bow at our feet and take all the crap that we had to offer them on a silver platter because they wanted a chance to be with a beautiful woman. Many men still would kill and climb over mountains to be with a beautiful woman, because beauty speaks to their status, and it speaks to their status amongst men and to their status and their sense of self-being. They can't help themselves. A beautiful woman is really something that most men desire. Unfortunately, what it did was script a lot of our thinking into believing that we are somehow entitled. I spend a lot of time with beautiful women that I coach, exquisite looking women that I coach. And there's always a little bit of an entitlement, a little bit that things have to be my way or no way at all. And I want you to know something, sweetheart. Once you get past the age of 25, it stops being cute. In fact, it was never really cute. It's just that as men grow up and discover who they are and really develop a deep sense of self and an identity that is steeped way more deeply than just the surface, then the physical beauty aspect of you becomes less relevant to their journey. And this is where, when many girls who are prom queens and cute girls finally are in the company of a high value man, they still behave as the entitled little girl that they used to be. And the sad part of it is they don't even know that they're doing it. They don't even know that they're behaving like a prom queen at the age of 35. They don't realize that they're being entitled at the age of 45 because their psychology and the neurology has been wired to expect men to do as they say. Now, we need to understand that a woman who leans heavily into her looks often discredits herself, and she does herself a disservice, because she, as a woman, as a black swan, must always bring so much more of who she is to the table than the way that she looks. And so many of us are so caught up in investing in our physical beauty that we have completely neglected the internal beauty that a high value masculine man needs in order for him to be inspired to thrive and to be great. A high value masculine energy man needs a beautiful woman whose beauty emanates from within her. Regardless of what you really think about this idea, the reality is the most beautiful of us will age. Yes, there is plastic surgery, and yes, there are things that we can do and nutritional things that we can do to make sure that the aging process does not get the better of us. However, we will still one day be someone's grandma. We will still one day be that grandma. Yes, glamorous and beautiful as she may be, we're still gonna be that person's grandma. It's really, really important that the black swan develops an inner beauty, and understanding that kindness towards a man is a worthy thing. Considerateness, compromise is a good thing. No, in the past, you never did have to compromise. Men would just do what you wanted. They would do everything that you wanted. Yes, doors are open, but the time has come when most men have accumulated enough wealth, enough self-esteem to know that a pretty girl can always be replaced by a younger, more prettier woman. I really want this video to hit the heart of really why we struggle in the game of love when we identify as a beautiful woman, that we are fighting an internal script that makes us feel entitled. Now, I want to talk about the different types of entitlement. We have natural entitlement. This is the entitlement that we just feel we need to have. I need to have access to your wallet, access to your time, access to your attention, access to your commitment. There's that natural buildup when you have been receiving compliments and everybody just adores you everywhere that you go, that you start to expect it to a point where it becomes an entitlement. You show up in your interactions with men and you don't realize how ugly that whole mindset looks. This whole sense that I wanted A and he didn't give me A, so he had to go. This is pretty privilege is backside. Okay, pretty privilege has a front side. We get to do all these amazing things and have all this access, but the backside of you or I having pretty privilege means that we can have a stinking attitude. Then we have covert entitlement. That means we may come across as very sweet and lovable and respectful, but really we're harboring this level of entitlement. We're moving with a sense of entitlement. We really underneath want him to do what we say, but we're just going to be covert about it. Many beautiful women seem so kind and so sweet and so generous until a man says no. Oh, how dare he say no? How dare he not call me when I say he should call me? And how dare he not do what I asked him to do very politely, the way mamas once said? I mean, I followed the whole protocol. I asked for permission and I did everything. And how dare he for not getting back to me? This is some of the mindset of the spoiled brat pretty girl who always gets her way. I am asking you to really examine your inner world, your inner intention. Why are you so offended that he said no? Why are you so offended that he will not dance to the beat of your drum? I find this extraordinarily so with women who are particularly beautiful. The level of offense that rises up in such women when a man does not deliver at the pace and in the way that she has become accustomed to in her younger years. The nature of entitlement and the rigidness and the I just don't understand and the trauma that she seems to experience because a man says no. This is getting in the way of your interactions with a masculine energy man. I've heard men say the most beautiful woman is a woman who doesn't know how beautiful she is. I used to think that is completely ridiculous. There is no beautiful woman who looks in the mirror and sees beauty reflecting back to her who has no idea what it is to be beautiful. But what these men are really trying to say is there is no more a beautiful woman than a woman who knows that she's beautiful but does not lead with her beauty, does not lead with her physical beauty. In a day and age where beauty can be gotten in a bottle, where you can buy your nails, buy your hair, buy your makeup, buy your lashes, buy it all, and honey, you will not get any judgment from me. But we have become obsessed with the beauty that we can add to ourselves, enhance ourselves with, than the beauty that truly comes from within. The Bible says beauty is fleeting and charm is deceitful. So a woman that fears the Lord, a woman that leads with a humble spirit, a woman that leads with a spirit of restedness and who leads in a spirit of kindness is a woman that is the most tremendously beautiful. I created the Black Swan Nation because I wanted women from all over the world to be able to access on the point help with their dating and relationship needs. We have the expertise of our world-class coaches, including myself, supporting you ladies through your dating journey to have access to live coaching without having to blow the bank. This, of course, we can only take a certain amount of ladies and support a certain amount of ladies, but I want you to know that you are currently welcome to the Black Swan Nation. You may end up on a waiting list, or you may get lucky and be able to get right into the Black Swan Nation, where we provide more insight, where we discuss more personal stories that will be of use to you. In the Black Swan Nation, there are no holds barred. It is unfiltered. It is only for the brave, because in the Black Swan Nation, we give you the raw truth. So all you have to do is follow the link on this video, and we will see you on the other side. It's time that the Black Swan begins to revise her priorities and begins to lead internally with her beauty. And then there's some of us who are just overtly entitled. We're entitled all day, every day. We're entitled to being looked after. We're entitled to the man paying the bill. We're entitled to absolutely everything. Just so entitled because we're princess and we're queen and we're beautiful and men have to do what we want them to do, and we're entitled and unapologetic about it. Now, if you're that girl, you're gonna find yourself getting laid a lot. You're gonna find a lot of men approaching you. You're gonna find a lot of men making you empty promises. Because what we need to understand is that a man doesn't have to like you, approve of you, or even be in love with you to find you sexually useful. This is why many beautiful women find themselves single for many years. This is why family and friends are like, you are so beautiful. Why are you single? How come you haven't found a man? It's because often beautiful women are still expecting to be treated in light of their physical beauty. And they've neglected the ability to be patient with a man, kind to a man, and just let everything flow and let him lead. I always say to my clients, if you have chosen him, nobody put a gun to your head and said, choose him or die. You chose him. Your body chose him. Your thoughts chose him. Now show him that you are a good choice for him by really being a place of rest, a place where he can rest his head. It's not just an environment for him, it's an environment for you. But first we have to go into our internal world and really begin to examine ourselves. How much of my dating life is led by my physical beauty? How much of how I interact with men is led by my physical beauty? And how much is led by my internal beauty? How much time do I spend in the physical mirror? And how much time do I spend in the spiritual mirror? How do I lead as I meet people? Do I want people to be enthralled by my looks, or do I want them to be overwhelmed by my warm and kind energy? When we lean in too much on our physical beauty, we weaponize it against the man, and we weaponize it against our future. What I want as Black Swans is for us to understand that the truest, most timeless beauty is the beauty that comes from being a good human, a kind human, a thoughtful human, treating men with the same degree of consideration as we would our girlfriends, treating them kindly, not so that they can choose us, not so that they can want us, but because we cannot be anything other than our royal selves. Ladies, if you want to win in the game of love and you identify as a pretty woman, a beautiful woman, a gorgeous woman, a stunning woman, a beauty of the ages, then you must absolutely use that beauty to allow your opportunities to open, but never expect that beauty to keep you inside the room. Using beauty to signal a man, there's no harm in that. But don't think that your beauty is going to be enough to keep this man. I hope that this video was helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in my next one. In the meantime, take care of you. Love you lots. Bye-bye now. Well done for coming to the end of this video. What I want to ask you is, what have you learned? What is your takeaway? And what are you going to start practicing right away? Those 3 things are how you are going to get the best out of every class here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy. Please put it in the comments so that we can all have a look. So I can have a look, the coaches can have a look, and I promise you, we read every comment. We may not be able to reply to every comment, but we read all your comments and we want to see how you are growing. And we will see you on the next video.